last time.
Fuel contraption.
It could destroy the entire cavern.
If there's Oxys, amazing. But everyone is required to report.
We have Cosius Entius, expert in archaeology.
Little Bird has requested to meet me in person.
Oh, he's running.
Fine, then I'll make my own path. Bloody fucking botch job at this point. Suppose I should meet this successor. Well, Alan Z.
I'd say my biggest complaint here is there's a lot of talking. So, don't know if I'm going to get done today. It's a good story, though.
You must trust me, Sir Knight.
Cameron, huh? Pretty suspicious.
Of course I don't trust you. I don't know you.
Preposterous. I am the rightful successor to Nertius. I ask that you stop doubting me. Please, do not judge someone with a guilty until proven innocent standard. I can assure you, that mentality always leads to death. Look, given the situation, I can understand your hesitation. But you have to lose the doubt and trust me unconditionally.
I don't know why, but I just had like 15 giant spiders pile through the door single file, and every time I tried to talk to this guy, another one attacked and interrupted us. It wasn't cool, it was just annoying. Anyway.
Who are you anyway?
Sir Knight, I promise you one thing. Once we figure out who the traitor is, I will answer any and every question you have about me.
Nertius never mentioned you.
Nertius never spoke of other members. It was a habit to protect members from getting unintentional exposure. In addition, I was also his intelligence analyzer. You are probably the only one that is aware of my existence.
Got a bloody plan.
I have been gathering clues to Lorwell's whereabouts. I journeyed to the location Nertius pointed out, and found items belonging to Lorwell. Oddly, there were no signs of a struggle on site. Though Lorwell is just a scholar, Nertius did say he was raised by a warrior clan. My guess is this. Either the Mythic Dawn is holding him captive, or he has chosen to join them, or it's possible he very well may be the traitor. I want you to go back to the Mythic Dawn Hall and search for Lorwell. Unfortunately, we cannot dispatch any of our agents or vigilants at this time.
I mean, she works alone.
I'm afraid you'll be on your own. Find Lorwell and rescue him if possible, and ask him where the Sigil Stone is. Of course, if he is the traitor, kill him on sight. We will communicate through the drop boxes as Nertius did.
Not trying to be cheeky, but nice staff you got there.
This? Oh, yes. I nearly spent a fortune to get this into my hands. I won't deny it. This staff once belonged to the infamous Mainkar Cameron, the very one who began the Oblivion Crisis. Since the time of the crisis, it has changed hands from obsessed collectors to curious wizards, and now, it's mine. At some point, someone must have abused the power of this relic. Thus, it is not as powerful as the Staff of Legend.
Mind if I take a gander? Dalamus is looking for a relic to represent the Mythic Dawn.
I'm not surprised. For someone to be a shepherd of Dagon's flock, he lacks a symbolic figure to swing in front of his sheep. Take this to him. For me, the opportunity to gain Dalamus' trust is top priority. Only time will tell if this decision was ill-placed or not.
Suppose I'll re-infiltrate now. Keep in touch.
You have to trust me.
Hey Hawker, what do you make of this Volemu bloke?
I'm not in the Order, and therefore it doesn't matter if he is the traitor or not. Ah, I get it. Volemu is a good man. Nereus strictly forbid him to give me anything once I was thrown out. But he visited me once in a while. I wouldn't worry too much about him.
Want this skooma?
Good. Give me. Get out of here.
Guess I'm just gonna act like nothing happened. Hopefully Little Bird isn't going to turn up to identify me. He probably thinks I died in the fire, and maybe he didn't get a good look at me anyway. Maybe I'll go see Sabi first. I feel like he's warming up to me. I am a regular library visitor. Just like in real life before I could download all books in existence to my phone.
Yes?
Have you heard about the sigil stone Vaden brought in?
What? That's classified.
Oopsie.
Where did you hear that? Oh. Dave is gonna be mad about this.
I feel like I'm going to throw him under the bus anyway, so...
Arrhenius was saying something about it.
Arrhenius the chef. That careless toad. Well, the relic isn't in this room, I can tell you that. The master summoned me to work with him yesterday, decrypting the ancient script. The work wasn't successful, but thankfully we captured an expert on the field. He's in Fidave's prison right now.
But why keep him in prison?
Well, I couldn't ask very many questions about him either. As far as I know, Fidave was able to torture some truth out of his mouth. Apparently, the stone can be enchanted from another realm. Once it is enchanted, it can serve as a key to the plains of oblivion. Very soon, the Master will be able to open a portal to the Promised Land. The paradise that will connect us to the Deadlands.
He's misguided. I want to save him too, if possible.
Skill book, please.
Here you are. Read it and put it back in the shelf when you're done. See you then.
Just gonna come right out and say it.
How do you open the door to the prison in Fedave's office?
Prison? From Uncle Fidave's office? Why are you asking?
Also, thanks Elevenlabs for adding a third pronunciation to the mix. Not really a good option here. Just how gullible is she?
I'm planning a surprise birthday party.
In that case, just pull the lever from the bookshelf.
Jesus, really?
I just want to tell you that Uncle Fidave never approves of other people going in, though. But I guess it's okay to use the prison for a birthday party. Hey, speaking of birthday, mine's coming up soon. I think you should remember that.
Damn it, Helanu, stop being so likable.
What is it?
Seen any new captives coming through? I'm wondering if we need to gather more supplies.
Captives? You mean the prisoners? No, I haven't. If Vaden did grab some prisoners, they probably went through the other entrance.
Other entrance? Interesting.
Yeah, the one in the kitchen. Vaden always preferred that path. I don't know why. Maybe because it's closer to the prison.
Fascinating. I didn't know we had a proper prison down here.
You probably haven't seen it. Only Fidave can enter it as far as I know. Anyhow, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to talk about it.
Nonsense. Just a bit of jovial conversation between mates. Have a nice day, Captain.
I'm glad they marked the lever, and I'm also glad they marked this, the thing behind this door, because I'd never find that. I'm notoriously bad at finding levers in Skyrim, because there's like a lot of realistic clutter in this game, and a lever will just blend in. There's a guy inside. This just leads to another exit. Well, here I go killing again.
What oblivion? Hey, you! You shouldn't be here. Explain yourself.
Superpower of NPCs to force greet. Might as well try and stay with the program.
Fidave sent me to feed the prisoners. Supply girl.
No and no. Fidave never sends someone else to feed the prisoners. You're here because you wanted to find Lorble and get him out of here. And probably you want to kill another batch of Mythic Dawn members to get a hold of the Sigil Stone. Am I not right?
Well, you got me. Guess it's time to die, Peric.
Keep your blade sheathed. You don't have to kill me. I know who you are. I already knew who you were.
Say what?
Who is this?
The latest spy Neardius planted on Mythic Dawn, after his first 3 agents failed.
How do you know? What if you're wrong? She definitely doesn't look like one of us.
On purpose.
You need to stop judging people based on how they look. I know because I set her up to be part of Stockroom Crew. Acolyte, I bet you have many questions rattling inside your head.
Yes, I do.
Ask, but be quick. We don't have much time until Fede walks down here.
How'd you know it was me?
Because Neardius always attaches an agent or two whenever he ejects a captive whose faction is the one that needs to be infiltrated.
So he's an agent?
Let me ask you this. Why do you think you got a job that allowed you to go freely in and out of the cave?
2 logistics died before I showed up.
Indeed. Use your head one more time. Why do you think those 2 died right before you and Psalms showed up?
You killed them? So you're an agent too?
Correct. I read Vaden's archive and found Snodman's latest message. He was telling Vaden that Psalms was captured. Knowing Neardius, I knew Psalms would be released, with an agent attached to him. So I did you a favor, and killed the logistics, because Dalamus usually assigns a new recruit any available position, without giving it too much thought. Being a logistic, you have a privilege to go in and out freely. I assumed that would make your and Neardius's job much easier.
Why not contact Nertius?
Because Snodman was too close to Neardius. If I contacted him earlier, he probably found out that I'm still alive, and doing well. I knew what I had to do, and I was on my way to accomplish my goal. I wasn't a logistic like you are. Contacting Neardius through outside channels was incredibly hard, and was very unnecessary.
So how'd you get in here?
There's another secret lever under Dalamus's desk in his office. I've been here long enough to know pretty much every little secret in this place.
Earbrand thought you a traitor.
Snadmund, the one the Mythic Dawn calls Little Bird, is the traitor. He made a deal with the Arathan brothers and sold us out. And then he framed me as the traitor when he got back to Neardius and Earbrand.
Why didn't Little Bird blow your cover?
Who said he didn't? When I came in here, I took an alias name, Peric, which Snadman didn't know about. Also, Neardius planted another agent right after I came here. Sadly, the Arathans identified him as Gaban and mercilessly butchered him.
Who are you really, cheeky talky man?
My name is Gaban Ariel. Neardius, Earbrand, Snadman, Clagius, and I were the founders of the order known as the Agents of Righteous Might. I'm sure Neardius already has told you what the order is and how it functions. What he might have told you is that I'm the traitor. Truth is, I'm not. I've done so many missions on behalf of the Arathan brothers to gain their trust. But I'm still an agent serving Stendar.
Let's not waste any more time.
What will the Nutters do with the Sigil Stone?
Isn't it obvious? They're trying to open the Oblivion Gates in Skyrim. Call me an optimist, but I don't think they'll succeed. I'm counting on you and Gaben to take care of it. Otherwise, may Stenda have mercy on us. Nerdius ordered me to research the Sigil Stone that we took out last month. As usual, he placed me somewhere apart from the headquarters. To be precise, it was one of the dungeons west of Helgen. He said he wasn't going to put any guards there. I suppose that's because he wouldn't trust anyone he doesn't know personally. Anyhow, one night, a masked agent bashed the door open and rushed in. I believe there were 3 other Mythic Dawn members with him. He threatened me to hand over the Sigil Stone, and of course I complied. You see, I'm one of those peacekeepers. The masked man disappeared with the relic as the others tied me down and dragged me into this prison. For a cult who worships Dagon, they sure do like knowledge about relics of Oblivion. For days they tortured me to spit out what I knew.
So what do they know now?
That the Sigil Stone on their hand is quite unusual. It is unenchanted and must be enchanted before it serves as a key for the realm of Oblivion.
By no means am I a good thief, but perhaps I can pinch that stone.
Well, yeah, sure, of course. But I would certainly appreciate it if you guys can get me out of here first. I mean, I feel better after seeing some friendly faces, but, you know.
Well, are you a traitor?
What? That's madness. Nertius has gone mad.
Bloke's fucking dead.
What?
Wait, then who's in charge of your mission?
Volemu Cameron. He claims to be N's successor.
Never heard of him. Whoa, who is this Volemu Cameron?
No idea. You know Nerdius never speaks of his men.
Okay. For now, Acolyte, we need a disguise for Lorble. Go around and grab a hooded outfit. I believe the stockroom has a bunch.
It does. Back in a jiffy. Good day, Oline. Boys have been running me ragged since they figured out I'm good with the axe.
We're probably going to blow this place soon. No reason for all this to get buried. Really, what a great person to have as a plant. The Inquisitor who is supposed to figure out who the traitors are to their organization.
Oi, put these robes on.
Thanks. Honestly, I feel awful wearing this unholy uniform.
Who's there?
Give me a second.
Peric? You're not supposed to be here.
Don't mind me.
Oh no.
Acolyte, kill him. Don't let him get away.
Where'd he go? I was just thinking whoever made this quest mod must have played a lot of MMORPGs, because the leading quest is a collection quest and this is a slow escort quest. Some of the worst design quests in questdom came from MMORPG trying to waste your time and make you play longer.
Hey, we got a problem. That chef over there, he saw me when I was getting dragged down to the prison. He'll recognize my face.
I'll provide a distraction.
Not that I'm not enjoying this quest mod.
What are you looking at? Get out!
Wow, not very imaginative.
Shouldn't you be someplace else right now?
What? What now?
For Dave wants you to bring him his special meal.
I know. I am on my way.
He has had it with this cult. This is just a job to this guy.
Could you walk a little faster? Only your life on the line here.
I think this is the way out. Thank you once again. I truly hope you and Gaben can complete what is already started. May Stendar's mercy be with the both of you.
Stendar go with you.
I maintain there should have been a pronunciation guide included for the names.
What is it?
If anybody walks in, this will make it look less like a conspiracy and more like a fling. Lorble is out. What now?
Bad news. Dalamus found out about the death of his brother. He'll soon round up every suspect into his office.
What about the sigil stone?
Pay attention. Dalamus won't do anything with the sigil stone until he captures the murderer. Look, if he summons you to his office, just be reasonable. I might be able to help you out, but don't say anything stupid.
Think he suspects me?
Not entirely, but he did put you on his blacklist. Trust me, he'll make you come forward. Like I said, when he asks, answer with your best judgment. Now, go back to your dorm and act normal.
Act natural!
Hey, the master wants to see you in his office immediately.
Well, okay then. Move along, random guy. Kind of a weirdo. By the way, don't try to use immersive lab setting on any of the NPCs in this, because the other ones will take it as a hostile spell and try and attack you.
As most of us already know, there has been a series of most unfortunate events in our family. We lost 2 recruits on logistic duty, Urzob the Smith, Cosius Entius, and then my mentor and beloved brother, for Dave Earthen. For weeks of Peric's careful tracing, and with help of our old friend, Little Earth, we were able to identify the killer as a mole from Fanatics. I swear my life to the brothers and sisters who are now walking the Deadland. The mole will be caught and shall taste the bitterness of vengeance. Eric, begin the Inquisition.
Since the death of Orzab, the mandatory reports have been issued. As of now, almost everyone has visited me at least once in my office. With a collection of reports and messages from Little Bird, I was able to narrow it down to 3 possible suspects. These 3, Ornias, Sabanunai, and this acolyte here, have either provided inadequate information or have been pointed as suspects.
What? That's absurd.
She's gonna react like not a psychopath.
Now, Sabanunai, what were you doing during the night the 2 logistics were murdered?
I was with Cassius. He was complaining about the air vent not functioning as expected.
Do you have a witness who can confirm that claim?
Sadly, Dave was the only other person with me at the time.
Ornias, tell me again what you were doing during the night when the death of the logistics occurred.
Come on, Peric, I was drunk. I don't keep track of what I do.
And what about you, Acolyte? Tell us what you were doing.
I've got a pretty watertight alibi.
Sir, I wasn't part of the family yet.
She's right. We were getting thrown into the jail after the torture. She can't be the murderer. In that case, that acolyte can't be the mole. Eric, why did you say that it could be her? Because I told him so. You know, I've been thinking. We are assuming the operation of just one mole. But what if there were more than just one? In such case, I appeared after the first murder. Would be quite a convincing reason. But it could also blind us from recognizing the first mole.
Next inquiry. The death of Orzab Shuzgub. We found Orzab's dead body in her own smithing room. Orzab is known to lock the door quite tightly, all the time. The mole must have broken in somehow. I've devised 2 scenarios. Someone either picked the lock and murdered her, or someone poisoned her food and delivered it to her.
What about the possibility that someone sneaks inside of the metal crates and assassinate her when she brings it into her room?
Clever girl.
I suppose that's also a plausible alternative. Now, Sabanunai, tell us what you were doing in the day Orzab died.
I was in my office, reading books and organizing the material list for Cassius.
What about you, Ornias? What were you doing?
I think I was cleaning the kitchen. The kitchen was filthy, very, very filthy.
When you came to my office, you reported that you were cutting vegetables all day for Fede's special meal.
Oh yeah, well, that too. The filthy rats ate all the cabbages. I was cutting cabbages all day.
What about you, Acolyte? What were you doing?
As much as you're supposed to dislike that guy because he's so surly, still makes me feel bad framing him.
I think I saw Oranius going into the smithing room.
Wait, what? Oh, come on. Fedolfi told me I should take her meal to her room. Nothing more to say.
You didn't happen to drop rat poison into her food, did you?
Not a chance. I take my cooking more seriously than anything else.
For a serious cook, you are drunk half the time.
Acolyte, the question was what you were doing, not what Arrhenius was doing. Answer it. Now, brother, was not that the time when I sent the Acolyte on the mission to retrieve the Xarxes?
I believe so. We did discover her dead body when they were away. Not to mention, her body was still warm when we found it. Next case. Death of Cosius Entius.
Hold on. Hasn't Cosius been killed by his own magic anomalies? Yes. I am sure he was killed by an accident. But it strikes me as odd, knowing that he conducted over 100 dangerous experiments. However, he never got himself into much trouble before. But suddenly, when we have a mole problem, he gets killed by his own summoning. Let us suppose the worst. and say he wasn't killed in an accident. What do you people have to say for yourselves?
Lucius was a good man, and I had absolutely nothing to do with his death.
He was a genius, but too stubborn to be open-minded. I used to warn him that his experiments would cost him his life someday.
Gonna not be openly hostile and just tell the truth. A little secret to lying effectively.
Honestly, I never met the man, and I had nothing to do with his death.
His death was not an accident, but clearly a murder. Cosius was on the verge of decrypting the Zarzis.
I agree. At least he taught me enough to get it to work. After this trial, Varden and I will be heading into the portal. Speaking of which, Beric, remind me again once we are done with this trial. There is something I need to tell you.
I will. Next, inquiry. We have a report from Little Bird. He pointed out that the mole was tailing him when Vaden left to meet him.
The mole made a mistake and fell into his trap of Inferno instead.
Oranias, you seem burned lately.
Haven't you been into the kitchen? Anyone who works there eventually gets burned up.
I haven't been outside the library since the death of Cassius. You can ask anyone.
Well, I do not have a good alibi for this. And it's weird that I can't say that I found the Master's Razor.
I was searching for the Master's Razor.
That is irrelevant. We would like to know exactly what you did when you stepped out of the cavern.
Actually, it is not entirely irrelevant. I've spent decades or more, my entire life, searching for the Razor of Merunes Dagon. Although she did not find it. The task requires much effort and time outside of the cavern. I do not need to hear the details about it.
As you wish. The next inquiry is the death of Fede of Arathan, and the escape of the prisoner Lorble.
Until the Master mentioned it earlier in the trial, I didn't even know Fede had passed away. Like I said before, I rarely leave the library.
I was making Fedovi's special meal all day. When I got to his office, he was gone.
Oranias, were you aware that the prisoner from Fede's prison escaped through the kitchen's secret passage?
Someone escaped through the kitchen? Why are you asking me if someone escaped through the kitchen?
Because you are the only one who knew about the secret entrance in the kitchen. Furthermore, Fedave thought you were trustworthy enough to be placed there.
In addition, the guard captain already clarified. No one else passed through the main entrance. Oranias, answer honestly and your punishment might be reduced to a much more bearable one. Did you kill Fedave and free Lorble?
What? I did not kill Fedovi. He is the only one who approved of me. Why would I do such a thing?
Oranias, you knew about the prisoners, and you were at the kitchen all day when Lorble escaped. I really don't believe that you didn't know Lorble escaped through the kitchen.
This trial is a jest. I'm being victimized for no good reason.
Keep your objections to yourself, Oranias.
Enough. Let me hear what the Acolyte has to say.
I feel like if I point too many fingers at Oranias, it'll just point the finger back at me. Doth the lady protest too much? I've never actually been to the fuel tank place. Maybe I can get the Inquisitor to help me out here.
I was with the Inquisitor.
Yes, that was the day you came in to report.
No, it wasn't. I clearly saw this Acolyte coming in the day I came in. I remember that.
Whoopsie.
For some special cases, I summoned more than once. Stop trying to frame other people, Oranias.
Yeah, you idiot.
I have to say, I am in doubt, Acolyte. Something doesn't add up. Other than the death of the logistics team, your reasons are vague at best. I am still not convinced that you are fully innocent.
Well, I'm definitely not going to expose myself. I'm supposed to still believe in the cause, so I'll angrily remind them of the people that I've protected and saved so far.
I saved Psalms and protected Helanu. What more do I have to do to prove myself?
That's enough. I believe I know who the mole is. The one who murdered our brothers and sisters. the one who was sent by the fanatics to destroy the work of Mythic Dawn. The mole is Oranius.
What? I'm innocent. I'm not the mole.
Tarin, give that traitor what he deserves.